My name is Rodney S. Thompson. I am a resident of Leon, Iowa, and I am a huge fan of the Metropolitans. I've been a fan for about 19 years now. I went to their first show when I was about 5 years old. My father took me. And after the show, I got to meet their lead guitarist, Ron Steele. Fun fact about Ron Steele, he was born Rod, but changed his name to Ron as an artist. What I feel not enough people are aware of, though, is that the Ron Steele that the public knows and loves isn't the Ron Steele from when the band was founded in 1990. Myself and 4 other experts worldwide all agree that Ron Steele is actually a fabrication. He's been replaced. It's a huge conspiracy by the record label to cover up his death in 2005. In the spring of 2005, Ron and a few of his friends decided to take a trip to Rio to escape the hustle and bustle of the music industry. But the thing is, when Ron came back, everything about him was different. Everything changed, musically at least. Myself and other professionals believe that Ron died on that trip in an offshore boating accident. Oh, I'm going to ask my editor, Jerry, to put in an artist. Jerry, could you remember to put in an artist's depiction of the boating accident? Thanks. So I mentioned earlier that Ron completely changed when he came back from this trip. Now, I could go on for hours about all these changes, but I think the best thing to do here is just to juxtapose a couple of pieces of footage from live performances before and after the accident so that the viewers can really see for themselves. Unfortunately, the record company did threaten to sue us for everything we own if we use the image and or sound of the band's live performances. So, regardless, I think the evidence speaks for itself. That's a recording of the Metropolitans' 2004 live show in Topeka, Kansas. This is a live show in Grumsley, Montana, circa 2006. For those of you that didn't catch the glaring error, it's all in Ron's feet. The real Ron Steele always performs with his left foot in front of his right one. There's no way it's the same guy. No way. And let's not forget that the Metropolitans were at the height of their popularity in 2005. There's no way the record label would just let their most popular band member, their most impactful music writer, the most important person, their lead guitarist, Ron Steele, just die. So they created a new one. Skeptics may and have asked, how can it be done? But if we look at films like Face Off and Elysium, we know that we do have the technology to reconstruct a human face. Likely, what the record label did was abduct another guitarist, reconstruct his face to make him look like Ron Steele, and then try to pawn him off as the real thing. The biggest mistake they made was thinking that hardened sleuths like myself wouldn't catch on. So I knew what I had to do. I had to find the new Ron Steele and discover the truth about this whole thing. I've got it all planned out. I just have to get the funding. I'm going to talk to my boss about it tomorrow. The list of materials is really simple. There's no way he'll say no.
Absolutely not.
Luckily, the band's website said that they would be in Boston the next weekend, so I took a few days off and hit the road.
Ron! Ron!
I looked all over the city, and after a while, I thought I might never find Ron. Until one day, when I had just grabbed a takeout burrito from Chipotle.
Ron Steele. Mr. Steele! Mr. Steele! You remember me, Mr. Steele? I have some questions for you. Do you have any comments about your death in 2005?
Hey, off, junkie.
That's not the real Ron Steele. The real Ron Steele would have remembered me from when we met in 1998. That's not the real Ron Steele. Let's go, Jerry.
So, the BBC cut all funding for this documentary. They said that I didn't have any real evidence that Ron Steele ever died. They said that Face Off wasn't adequate proof of such facial reconstructive technology. So unfortunately, this is where the film ends. But you can rest assured that I will not rest until the truth comes out about the real Ron Steele and his fate and the fake Ron Steele and this malarkey that the record label is trying to peddle to the masses. Mark my words, world. Mark my words.